I want to share some ideas with you, some quantum transformation resolutions. How do we make change happen? How do we transform our lives? Now, it's very important that we take this step by step. Some quantum transformation resolutions. How do we make change happen? How do we transform our lives? Now, we can start with a preamble. What do we begin with? Now is a good time to cut, edit, delete some aspects of your life as you start preparing for 2021. This is the only way you can make room for new shoots. But then again, it may be actually more useful sometimes to reformat the hard drive of your life. Start all over. Get some pieces off. Are there some people you need to forgive? Holding on to hurt is akin to drinking poison and hoping that the other person dies. That's not good at all. But on the other hand, there may be some people that you need to forget. Remove them totally from your consciousness so you may move on. It's important that you know when to hold, know when to let go. In this world, it's not what we take up, but what we give up that make us rich. The archer sets a very good analogy for this kind of transformation. He sets up for the kill by pulling back the bow, holding. But the accuracy of the shot is determined of knowing just when to let go. Both components are critical, when to hold and when to let go. But Deepak Chopra has reminded us that holding on to anything is like holding on to your breath. You'll suffocate if you do that. The only way to get anything in the physical universe is be willing to let it go. Let it go and it will be yours forever because you have that power. The Zen proverb tells us that knowledge is learning something new every day. But wisdom, on the other hand, is letting go of something every day. So it's a process. We also know that maturity is knowing how to mix all of these components, the past, the present, and the future. And in doing so, we best tackle life with a 5-3-2 formation. 5 represent that 50% based on shaping your future. 30% perfecting the present. But only 20% on reviewing and learning from the past. It is obvious that you can't safely go forward by spending so much of your time looking back. There's a good reason why the rear view mirror of a car is quite small compared to the windscreen, which is quite big. So those are the preambles that we set when you start to move yourself into a transformation mode. Second, you draft your mission statement. What is this new position, persona, perspective that you're trying to create? One, it should not be longer than a single sentence. One single, simple sentence. This sentence should be understood by a 12-year-old. Simple language, straightforward. You should be able to recite it from memory even if you're under stress, any time of night or day. What is your mission? What is your mission? This mission should be memorable, easily memorized, and measurable. It has components that you can quantify. Ready? The third step is that you craft a bold 1-year vision. 1 year from now, where will you be? What will you have achieved? And what I like to do is to craft this as a public relations, a release, a press release from the future. A press release 12 months from the time you begin. On this day, and you fill in the blanks. What did you achieve? The fourth step in the transformation process is to base your action on the principles of Dharma. The law of Dharma talks about who and what do you want to be. You seek your higher self. You discover your unique talents. You ask yourself, how are you best suited to serve humanity? You use a unique talents that you have and serve others because that brings unlimited bliss and abundance to you. Each of us have a unique talent and a unique way of expressing it. Just one of you in this universe as far as we know. There is something that you can do better than anyone else in the whole world. At a social level, every individual has a dharma according to your place in life. Your dharma may shift when you're a child versus when you're an adult because different things are expected of you. If everyone performs their dharma, the community, the nation is transformed and upheld, and it's a smooth transformation takes place towards prosperity. For every dharma, there's a unique talent and unique expression of that talent. There are also unique needs that you have as a result of that. When these needs are matched with the creative expression of your talent, there's a spark that creates affluence. Expressing your talent to fulfill your needs create unlimited wealth and abundance. That is the unique way. By living your dharma, you guarantee the rewards that are there for you. The fifth step in the process is to base your actions on the law of karma. What do I want to give? Why is that? It is in giving that you receive. Every action generates a force of energy that returns to us in like kind. Choosing actions that bring happiness and success to others ensure what? The flow of happiness and success back to you. So what do you want to give the world? What do you want to give your community, your family, your friends? Yes, this Sanskrit word dharma and karma together helps us to set the tone. The literal meaning of karma is action. It refers to the law that every action has an equal reaction, either immediately or at some time in the future. But it will come back. Good or virtuous actions, actions in harmony with dharma, will have good reaction and response. In the same way that bad actions against your dharma, will have the opposite effect. Alright? Preamble still. We're still setting the tone. Make sure you have all the pieces aligned. The sixth component to take consideration of is the law of attraction. Create your vision board. Because we attract into our lives anything we give our attention to, regardless whether it's positive or negative. Energy flows where attention goes. From a psychological standpoint, the law of attraction is best explained by this incredible component that exists in your brain, the reticular activating system, the RAS. What it does is a filtering system for the brain that draws your attention to anything that you deem to be important. Anything you deem to be important, it will either draw you to it or it to you. Next component, number 7, you must be aware of the science of transformation. What does it say? It says that it takes 21 days to form a new habit, but 90 days to see results. On the average, 66 days until the behavior reach peak levels of automatic processing. So it doesn't happen overnight. So what happens day 1 to 22? You get external help. Who can help you? You have a coach, a trainer, a friend, a family member, a co-worker, someone to hold you accountable, whether you're keeping up the habit you're trying to develop or if you're slipping back into the old one. Critical during that 1 to 22 day period, because it's easy to slip back. Your coach, your trainer. Day 23 to 44, look inward. Now's the time for you to work on yourself. Think long and hard about what you're doing, why you're doing it, what you want out of it, what you want to represent yourself with. Knowing the reason you're trying to make the change will make it easier for you to maintain it. Focus inwardly, the why. Day 45 to 66, you now look forward. Find something that will help to keep you moving towards the goal as you go on and on. Day 66 onward, you start to celebrate as often as you can find, in as many ways as you can find, for the little victories that you will now clearly see. Step number 8. You now set a 100-day goal, defined and measurable. Now this 100 days is rolling. So for example, at the end of a month, you reset the 100 days. It is said that if you have a goal, you write it down. If you do not write it down, it's not a goal. It's just a wish. So write it down, be very clear. The 100-day goal. Where will you be in 100 days as you walk through the science of transformation processes? Step number 9. Make a 1-month plan. Again, a rolling 1-month plan. At the end of each month, you reset your 1-month plan in as much detail as possible. 1-month plan. That's what you plan for. A goal without a plan, as we said, is just a wish. So the planning is critical. In preparing for battle, Dwight Eisenhower said that, "I've always found that plans are useless, but planning is indispensable." Note the difference. Planning is a process. George Patton, renowned general, said, "A good plan violently executed now is better than a perfect plan executed next week." Planning and execution is an immediate process that is ongoing. Step 8. Make the best decision each day towards getting you to your goal. Base your decision on all the spiritual, mental, and empirical information. Ralph Waldo Emerson reminds us that once you make a decision, the universe will conspire to make it happen. Each day, all the information you can use. Now you go ahead and do it. If you obsess over whether you are making the right decision, you're basically assuming that the universe will reward you for one thing and punish you for another. Troop reminds us that the universe has no fixed agenda. Once you make any decision, it works around that decision. There's no right or wrong, only a series of possibilities that shift with each thought, feeling, and action that you experience. You have made a decision, a clear decision. The process is now in place towards guiding you to that. Nelson Mandela says that one cannot be prepared for something while secretly believing that it will not happen. Decision must be clear, unequivocal, and defined. This is what I am about. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm going. Step 10. Put all the spiritual tools to work. What are these tools? First, the law of pure potentiality. We can access incredible forces on a daily, on a regular basis. Walk in a wooded area. I call it a forest spa experience. What that does, it triggers all kinds of strengthening of your immune system. Take time to meditate. Sometimes just be silent. Just be. Just listen. Just make yourself receptive. Silently witness the intelligence within every living thing. Be always receptive to solutions. They'll come in ways that you will never even imagine. Another tool, the law of least effort. Accept people, situations as they occur. Take responsibility for your situation and for all events that seem to occur around you. They look like problems. take responsibility for them. You're not blaming anything or anyone outside of yourself. The law of intention and desire. Inherent in every intention and desire is the mechanism for its fulfillment. You state your intention, you state your desire. The mechanism for fulfillment is activated. Trust that when things don't seem to go your way, there is a reason. It may be just a guide, a nudge for you to make an adjustment. More tools, the law of detachment. Allow yourself and others the freedom to be who they are. Do not force solutions. Allow solutions to spontaneously emerge. Uncertainty is essential, and this is your path to freedom. I don't know. That's a good answer sometimes. That's the only answer you have sometimes. Uncertainty. Out of uncertainty comes wisdom. Another set of tools Chopra described as the 7 spiritual laws of superheroes. What are these laws? 1. For every challenge, the superhero solution is to go inward. Exercise. When faced with a challenge, do not react. Respond. After listening and examining the pieces. Stop. Go within and ask what your creative opportunity is. Live the question until you move into the answer. I call this questions for the universe. When I'm faced with these situations, I pose it as a question for the universe. I write it down and I wait for the answer. Superhero law number 2, for everything that exists, its opposites also exist. Exercise. When faced with a crisis, identify the factors or the qualities that contribute to it. Focus on the opposite. Focus on the opposite. How do we get over, around, under, through? Next, the superhero takes on the problems of the world. Because we're dealing with the transformation of the universe. Ask yourself, how can we help? How can we serve? What difference can we make? The superhero is always aligned with the evolutionary impulses. Exercise. In every situation, ask what the greater good is. The superhero is the best listener in the world. Listen. Listen to your body. Listen with your body. Listen with your heart. Listen with your mind. Listen with your soul. Never judge while listening. Absorb all the information. And there is a space in between asking and receiving. That space is occupied by 2 other components, belief and faith. What is belief? Any construct that you hold to be true. You hold it because you know it. What is faith? The certainty of the intangible, without which the tangible is impossible to experience. So, we faith it until we can make it. Now, once you start doing this, again, that mission that you have identified, that one sentence that you have defined, you have now put all the things to work on a daily basis toward it. Go in faith, and this shall be your reward.